and welcome. I decided to make a little video to talk a little bit about what has been going on more or less since the move. As you can see, we are in our Rock Plays world, single player LP world. I loaded it up in the newest snapshot, the 14W33A, to kind of just get a peek around to see what was different. And as you can see, like, some of the stairs are messed up and some aren't. Gotta love Minecraft snapshots. But that aside, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on since the move. I've made minor mention to things, and I've talked lightly about some stuff, and there's other stuff that I haven't really talked about. So I kind of want to get that out, let you guys know what's been going on, and then see where things go from there. So a little over a month ago, I had my move, which I was very vocal about, and I told you guys on Twitter and on YouTube that I was having my move to Florida because I was going to have my own house. Now, the move itself was pretty good. I didn't really have any issues with the move. However, the minor details that came with the move is where the issue kind of came into play. Is it daytime or is it nighttime? I think it's daytime. So it was the finer details that where the issue came into play. Of course, it's raining at nighttime. I think I have a bed up here. Perfect. It's the finer details of things that became an issue. So first we'll talk about the internet issue that I've briefly made mention of multiple times. I think I'm just going to wander around for now. So the real issue that came about was with the move. I did research around trying to find an internet provider so that I could continue on with YouTube and live streams and such like that. However, it came to my attention after talking with lots of people and doing the research is that there is no internet providers, no cable providers or anything like that that reach out this far down the street. It's funny because the issue comes with the cable lines just don't go this far down the street, which I'm not really that far down the street, but apparently they don't come this far, which that's the first issue. So because of that, I can't get cable internet. Talking with other stuff, it turns out the only real options that we have in this area are satellite internet and tethering to your phone type of internet. Now, satellite internet is garbage in general. I mean, you can get decent speeds, however, it's data capped, which doing YouTube and live streams and stuff like that would just eat the data up really hard. So, and especially if I wanted to do work, I wouldn't really be able to do that in general. So satellite was kind of put off because it's not really a good option. Then the other option, which I mentioned before, was mobile internet and then connecting to my phone. With, if you could get LTE, 4G LTE, that's the fastest quality internet. You can get really good speeds and you'll be able to do stuff fine. I mean, I got my phone. We got it connected to. We got a phone that was 4G LTE compatible. And when I go into town now and I upload an episode, it uploads pretty fast. I would say it's pretty comparable to what my internet was before. So in general, if I can get the LTE working, it works pretty well. Now, the issue is that it's not working consistently in where I live. Now, my best guess is that it's an issue with not all the all the phone towers for the provider aren't updated to 4G LTE, and so it will occasionally switch over to LTE for sometimes a few seconds, minutes, hours, and then it'll switch back to 3G and it'll stay there for quite some time. So I think that might be an issue with it. I mean, I've tried talking with the Sprint call center, customer support, and they didn't see any issues, and they were sending out technicians to look at it, and it would be 3 to 5 days, and then a week later I would call again because we were still having issues, and it would be the same thing of 3 to 5 days, and then that happened multiple times, and we've yet to see any improvement to our internet as is. So more or less, I'm getting the runaround from the phone company about why we aren't getting the LTE, which their coverage map says we should be getting. So in general, that's the big issue with the internet. This more or less internet at this place is not exactly ideal. So unfortunately, I can't really do streams at the moment. I can record videos and do some uploading. I mean, I think a 24-minute episode takes me about 8 hours on my 3G, so I can upload it when I go to bed. But one of the longer episodes takes like a day and a half kind of thing. Well, maybe not a day and a half, but it takes quite a bit of time. Half a day maybe. So that right there is the issue with the internet. Now, the other issue, which is the big issue and why I kind of wanted to put this episode out, or this video out, is that I'm currently unemployed. I did the move, and the original plan with my boss was I would do the move, and then I would work from home. Well, after I did the move, and a few days after, I had a couple days off after I did the move, and after I did the move, I told him to get some information that I needed, and he had told me that, pretty much I'd be unemployed. It's supposed to be a temporary thing, but currently I'm unemployed because the publisher of the game is no longer doing publishing, and so we don't have a publisher, and he can't pay me because of that. So since I arrived from the move, I've been more or less unemployed. He was kind enough to give me a paycheck, I assumed to help me make sure I was able to pay my bills and stuff. But this last pay cycle where I would have normally got paid, I didn't get any paycheck. So as is, I'm currently unemployed. I did put out a resume, and I'm thinking I might have to put out some more. But yeah, that's kind of the shitty situation that's going on right now. Now, because of this situation, I've been thinking about starting back up my Patreon. I made mention of it on Twitter, that I'd be working on setting up my Patreon again. And I think that might be a good plan. Now, I know not everyone, will do Patreon or wants to do show support on Patreon, but I'm putting it out there as a means for people who would like to contribute or become my patrons, or show their support, that they would be able to. Now, YouTube is something that I really have a passion for, and it is something that one day I would love to be able to do YouTube as a full-time endeavor. Now, whether this unemployment issue is maybe a push in the right direction to be able to do YouTube as a full-time thing, I'm not sure. Really, it comes down to how well you guys respond to the Patreon. I would love to be able to, make enough off Patreon that I wouldn't have to worry about work, and I could just, make YouTube videos as a full-time adventure. But really, it's up to you guys. If I get enough support through Patreon, I actually can officially do YouTube as a full-time job. And then, if I had enough support, I could potentially maybe do another move somewhere where I could actually get internet. But it's something I'd have to see. But for those of you who would like to contribute and support me, that would be awesome. But keep in mind that this doesn't mean that I will be making my videos not free or anything. My videos will always be free. My content will always be free. Or YouTube content will always be free. So those of you who can't support or contribute or don't want to contribute, you will still be getting your free content. But for those of you who would like to contribute, then that option is there for you. I know I've been asked in the past about whether I'd be starting up my Patreon again, because it was planned at some point that I would start it back up, because almost a year ago when I had stopped doing Patreon, it wasn't that well received, I guess, at the time. But since then, I've grown the channel a lot, and maybe more people would be interested at this time around. But that's kind of the gist of everything that's going on. I don't know. I'm just randomly digging. Don't ask why. So I don't know when my internet issue will be resolved, or if it will be resolved, or whether I'll need to move to get new internet or get a new job or anything like that. But overall, that's kind of what I've been dealing with. I've been, as of recently, I've been working on finishing up my area for Titan's Revolt. That way I can continue working on Fractured Realms and then eventually get back onto Temporal Chaos. Both maps that I've been wanting to put more work into as of recently, but I needed to finish up my Titan's Revolt area first. But aside from YouTube and my Titan's Revolt area, I've been doing a lot of nothing, waiting to hear back about things. So I decided to be proactive and kind of put this out as a step forward potentially. But that's going to do it for today, I think. That's enough of me rambling about everything. I think we'll call it there, and we'll do whatever. We'll go back to our normal schedule. Before we do that, though, if you have ideas or suggestions for Patreon, I currently, with Patreon, as a Patreon person, you're allowed to offer perks to people for certain contribution levels. Now, I don't really know what I could do. I'm not an artist or anything. I can't paint you a pretty picture. Well, I guess I could paint you a picture, but it's not going to be the prettiest. It looks like a village. I don't think I've been to there. So I could paint you a picture. It's not going to be pretty. But other than that, I don't know what I could do to give back to you guys. Maybe if you have the suggestions, you're welcome to give it, or anything. It could be something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But if you have suggestions or comments or questions about anything, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'm always reading my comments and always responding when I can. But that's going to do it for today. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys next time.